Hi guys, my name is Sehaj and today I'll talk you through my picks for the Mumbai versus Bangalore game, which is the match day 1 for IPL 2021. So let's get started. We have first our picks for Mumbai. So my three definite picks are Ishan Kishan because number one, Quinton de Kock is not playing. Quinton de Kock has just come to Chennai, so he's not available yet since he was playing in South Africa, which means Ishan Kishan will be keeping, as well as I think he might even open the batting, although Mumbai might choose to open with Chris Lynn. I think anyway, Ishan Kishan is a great pick because if he opens the batting, he'll get lots of balls to play. But even otherwise, he has experience of playing on Indian tracks since he's a domestic player. And he's also a big hitter. He'll make lots of runs as well as he'll wicket keep. So he'll get you all the fielding points as well. He's also my VC for the game, but I'll leave the VC and C choice up to you because it should be your own preference. This is just my preference. I think Ishan Kishan is a really good player. That's why he's my VC. For my captain choice, it's Jasprit Bumrah. I've said this many times, but I think he's the best bowler in the game. He will get lots of wickets. He's used to the Chennai tracks. The only point of contention here is he hasn't played cricket for a few weeks now because he was getting married. So he might be slightly out of touch, but overall, I think he'll definitely turn into a great player very soon. So maybe for the first match, if you don't want to captain him, that's completely up to you. But personally, I have a big preference for Bumrah or for Rabada when he plays or for Jofra Archer when he plays because these bowlers get you lots of wickets and lots of points. So that's my number 2 choice for Mumbai. My number 3 choice is Trent Bolt because Bolt is a left-hander, so a left-handed fast bowler and he swings the ball, which is again a very rare combination to have in T20 cricket, and that makes it very difficult for players to play him because they're not used to left-handed swing bowlers. So he's my other choice. I think he will also get lots of wickets, especially in the power play. Yeah, he's my third choice in the definite picks for Mumbai. My choice pick, by which I mean this depends on you, what your preference is. But for me, the Mumbai Indians choice pick is Surya Kumar Yadav for this game because he. Last time I remember when Mumbai played in Chennai, it was in the quarterfinals of IPL 2019, and Surya Kumar scored a really good 70 runs there because he's used to playing spin on Chennai tracks or like other Indian tracks as well. He's a regular in the domestic circuit and he's very used to the Indian conditions. So I think Surya Kumar Yadav is a great pick there. Now to the Bangalore picks. My first pick is actually Mohammad Azruddin. This is because he plays T20 for the Tamil Nadu state side, and they actually won the domestic tournament very recently, and he was one of the really good scorers there. He makes lots of runs. Also, he's a wicket keeper, and I think Bangalore will go with him for the wicket keeping position because AB de Villiers is getting older, and they don't want to risk an injury to AB de Villiers. So I think Azruddin is a great add. If he wicket keeps and he bats, he'll be batting on his home surface, which is Chennai. So he'll be very used to the conditions and will be a great batsman. My second pick again is another Chennai boy. That is Washington Sundar. He will be an all-rounder and he will bowl overs, I think, because firstly, Chennai is spin-friendly and obviously Washington Sundar is a spinner. And also Washington Sundar is a great batsman as well. So I think he'll get you points from two ways. One is through batting and one is through spin bowling. Finally, my other definite pick is Devdutt Padikkal. The reason I've picked these players is because Chennai is a very Indian track. So you need Indian players because Indian players will do better than overseas players just because it's a slower track, it's more spin friendly than pace friendly. So it's not very easy to hit the ball for sixes, but it's definitely a really good track for spinners and for domestic players. So yeah, Devdutt Padikkal is my other pick. He has just come out of COVID, so he might be a little tired, but if he is ready to go and if he's picked in the 11, I will back him to make good runs. Finally, my choice pick is Virat Kohli. The only reason he's not in the definite picks is because he's very expensive. So you might have to think a little bit about your budget. But if you have enough budget, then go for Virat Kohli. Of course, he's opening the batting. He's one of the best batsmen in the world, if not the best batsman in the world. So he'll definitely do quite well there. So yeah, that's my choice pick for Bangalore. Now going into my complete 11. So I'll go through my batsmen first, then my all-rounders, and finally my bowlers. So all these people were already covered in the previous slides, but I'll just talk you through them. Firstly, for my batsmen, I have Devdutt Padikkal opening the batting with Ishan Kishan. and I also have Mohammad Azharuddin. Both of these, Ishan Kishan and Mohammad Azharuddin, are both wicket keepers as well. So if they do end up wicket keeping for their IPL side, they will also get lots of points through the fielding. Finally, I have Surya Kumar Yadav because like I said, in the last time Mumbai played in Chennai, which was in 2019 in the quarterfinals, Surya Kumar Yadav was in red hot form. He's a fantastic batsman, especially on spinning tracks, and he has shots all around the ground. He can hit 360 360-degree sixes, so he's definitely a good choice to have. And his experience playing in the domestic circuit will definitely help him make lots of runs in Chennai. So those are my batsmen. In terms of my all-rounders, I have number one as Washington Sundar. Like I mentioned earlier, he's a spin bowler, which is why he's a really good choice. And also it's his home ground and he's a good batsman as well. My second choice is Kyron Pollard for two reasons. One is that he's a massive hitter, and I think he also loves playing spin firstly, because a lot of the runs he gets and a lot of the high strike rates that he gets and the sixes and fours that he hits are off spinners. He loves playing spinners, so I think he might do really well in Chennai. Also, his bowling is the slow type of bowling. So it's the medium pace bowling where he takes pace off and he bowls off cutters, leg cutters, and all of that works really well on the slow Chennai pitches, which is why I think he's really well suited to the Chennai pitch. My third choice, actually, I'm not sure if he'll be in the 11 for Mumbai, but if he is, I would definitely pick him. And his name is Anukul Roy. Anukul Roy is very similar to Jadeja as a player. He's a left-handed all-rounder who bats a bit as well as bowls left arm orthodox spin bowling. So he's definitely a good choice. A fantastic fielder as well, by the way. He takes all the catches that come to him, and he's one of the best fielders in India right now, along with, of course, Jadeja. So yeah, these are my three picks. I'm not 100% sure if Anukul Roy will play or not. If he doesn't play, then I would go with Krunal Pandya because he's a more definite player in terms of going into the 11. And if you realize here, I've picked more like spin-friendly players because it's Chennai. And we don't 100% know if it will be sprint friendly, but that's a good guess to have for the first game. So the first game will have some contentions, which is why some of these picks might go a little wrong. But I think overall we'll learn a lot more about the tournament as the matches progress. But for now, based on the past history of Chennai, we know that it's spin friendly, which is why I would go with these sort of all-rounders who take the pace off or who bowl spin bowling and give some batting as well. Finally, for my bowlers, I've covered most of these in my previous slides. So Trent Bolt and Bumrah are definite picks as my bowlers. But the other spinners that I've picked are spinners who are really experienced and are leg spinners. So these guys will get lots of purchase on the Chennai tracks. The ball will turn and give them lots of wickets. So firstly, Yuzvendra Chahal is a proven performer in the IPL. He will get lots of wickets, of course. He's also very experienced, so he'll definitely do well. My other choice, again, I'm not sure if Piyush Chawla will actually be in the 11 or not, but I really do think if he is in the 11, he will be a really good choice to have, especially because none of your friends will have him because he's not that known as a good bowler, but he's one of the highest wicket takers in the IPL, firstly. Secondly, if you think about it, in the previous season, he was with Chennai. And the reason Chennai or MS Dhoni had picked him was because Chennai is a spin-friendly track. And if you go by MS Dhoni's wisdom, which is obviously a really great person to go by, Piyush Chawla is a great buy because they had picked Piyush Chawla to bowl in Chennai conditions. Unfortunately, they didn't get to bowl in Chennai because all the matches were in the UAE. But now, since Mumbai is playing in Chennai, we are basically using MS Dhoni's brain here so that Piyush Chawla plays. Because Piyush Chawla is a very experienced spinner. He knows how to deal with different oppositions, and he's a great leg spinner. I think not many people value him that much, and that is unfortunate, but he is really, really good and a really good choice, especially on Chennai tracks. So that was my 11 for the first match, and also my picks in terms of my definite picks. Depending on which game you're playing, the costs for these players will change a little bit, but yeah, just try and optimize these costs, and I think these players will really do well for you. As we go into the season, we'll find out more about these players, how they're performing, which of them are in form, which of them are not, as well as we'll find out how the pitches are playing, if Chennai is actually still rolling out those spin-friendly wickets or not. I suspect that they will, but that doesn't mean that they definitely will. I think there are some batting-friendly pitches in Chennai as well, like we saw in the first test match of the India versus England series. So yeah, overall, that's my choice. please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also, comment below what your thoughts are, any questions. I always reply to them. I'm really happy to talk to all of you. And thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow with match day 2.